Good morning. Today is Yoga and Pilates combination 50-50. My name is Ann and I'm a Graceful Yogi, where we try to learn how to age gracefully through our bodies and through our mind and our spirit of intention and setting intention and trying to come to our mats at least once, twice, or 3 times a week. So let's begin with some yoga breathing. We're going to come down to our mats. I'm going to grab my little meditation pillow here. I have a little blanket, and on top of the blanket is my meditation pillow. So we're going to cross our legs in front of us, sitting up nice and tall. All right, where you want the spine to be nice and tall. The knees are a little bit below as you cross the knees, or maybe you have the legs crossed, or maybe you have the legs out in front, or you're sitting in a chair. Doesn't matter. We're just gonna sit and think about your top, the crown of your head, reaching up towards the ceiling. And you're going to just close your eyes gently and take a moment here to just turn yourself, your mind, your activity in towards the body, in towards the inside. Try to shut out all the noise and things that you might be wanting to get to after class. So if you could just turn yourself, your mind, your intention to the inside, and think about your breath for a moment here. Think about the neck getting longer, the spine getting longer. Your arms are nice and relaxed. The shoulders somewhat roll back a little bit. Take your finger to the front of your chin and kind of push the chin back just a little bit and just see what that feels like. You can draw the chin forward a little bit, and then you can kind of push it back and see what's going on in the back of the neck there. Pause a moment here. We'll do our breathing in a second. I just want to set my intention for my yoga class today. Take a nice inhale through the nostrils. Pausing at the top, and then exhale to the count of 10. Pause at the bottom. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhaling. Pause. And exhale. Gently open up the eyes. Nice. Let's just take our chin to our chest, looking down in between your legs. Pausing there a minute, letting that neck just get nice and long. Roll the neck over to the right side. Roll it to the back. Roll it over to the left side. And then back to center. Second set to the right, to the back, to the left, and back to center. Let's go the opposite way, over to the left, to the back, to the right, and back to center, and to the left, to the back, and to the right, and to center. Beautiful. And then lift the head up. Let's reach our arms out to the sides, the palms face up. I'm going to turn the right palm down, and I'm just going to kind of reach my fingertips away from each other. Excuse me. And now I'm going to switch. Right palm reaches up, left palm reaches down, and then try to turn that arm a little bit more. And then we're just going to do that opposite side. And then again, just kind of twisting and twisting and turning the arms and turning the arms, reaching them away from you as you turn them. I can see myself tilting a little bit to the right and to the left, which is fine. You can add a little bit of movement in there, the upper torso. And then last set. Beautiful. And then both palms face down, and then turn them to face up and reach up, 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 up. And then hands clasp up there, fingertips, two pointer fingers, really reach to the ceiling, clasp the other fingertips, reach up a little bit more, tilt the head back a little bit, reach up a little bit, and then open up the arms and come on down with those arms. Big, beautiful stretch. That felt really good. I'm going to come off my meditation pillow and come to a quadruped. So we're just going to come to this nice little quadruped where we're going to do some big hip circles. You know, I love these big hip circles lately. So we'll go over to the right with our hips, shift back towards child's pose, over to the left. And second set, just really kind of warming up the body. Third set to the right, again to the right. And now come back up and let's shift over to the left, circle back to the right, shift to the left. You can bend the elbows, bend those wrists. The hips are bending. Last one to the left and come back. Let's do some cat-cows. So drop the belly into that nice little cow. Hips press up towards the ceiling. The head is gently lifted. Nice little cow here. And now we're just going to take that lower tailbone and start to curl it as the belly curls in. You're really rotating each little vertebrae up to the black cat. Drop the head, look in between those knees. Are the tops of your feet on the mat? And then slowly turn that tailbone up, the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Head lifts slightly into your cow. Just let everything go into that cow. And now gently curl the tailbone under, lower back, middle back, upper back to that black cat. Drop the head. And then exhale to the cow. Inhaling to the black cat again. Exhale to the cow. Two more. Inhale, black cat. Exhaling to the cow. Beautiful. And now just come to neutral spine and wag the tail. Wag the hips side to side. And then slide back into your first child's pose. The knees can be apart or they can be together. The head comes down towards the mat. Maybe you use a yoga block, maybe not. Arms can reach nice and long. That feels good to you. Roll the shoulders out. Maybe drop those elbows down. Pause a moment there. Really trying to get the tailbone, the hips onto those heels. And then slowly you're going to lift the head up and the chest and the upper so that you kind of stack the spine and you're sitting on your heels. Let's come back to that nice little quadruped. And I want to just extend that right leg and keep the toes connected to the mat. Push the heel back. Push the heel back. Beautiful. Nice, beautiful little stretch here. If it feels good to you, come and bring that left knee off the mat and just push that right heel back. Left knee comes off the mat, push the right heel back. And then bring that left knee down to the mat and put the right knee back towards the left. Pause a moment there. Extend the left leg nice and long. Toes are connected. Press that heel back. Find that beautiful calf stretch. Press the heel back. Take a breath in there. And now you're going to lift that right knee off of the mat into a nice little plank, pushing that left heel back towards the wall. Hold it there. And then come on back down. Last little extension of stretch. And then bring that left knee back to the right knee. We're going to curl our toes under and then just go into a nice little bear pose where your knees are just a little bit above the ground and you're kind of pushing your hips back. And now extend the legs long into your first downward dog, high heel, where you have your heels off of the mat. And then now bring the heels down to the mat and you're in your nice little downward dog. Find your dog on your mat, what feels good to you. Rolling the shoulders out, maybe drawing the arms a little closer to those feet and pushing the hips back towards the heels. Pushing the hips back towards the heels. Let that head go. Maybe do a nice little yes and then a no. Walking the hands and feet to the center of your mat. Do your first forward fold. You can bend your knees in there. And then you're slowly going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, pressing those feet into the mat, rolling the shoulders back when you come up to standing. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Reach back a little bit. Reach the heart up to the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes. And now come forward and open up the arms. Beautiful. Let's grab our foam roller. And we're going to do some roll downs with the foam roller right in front of us at our hips. So I'm just going to look down, look up, look forward. I was looking down at my feet to see where they were. And sometimes you got to check that your feet are aligned right across from each other, hip width apart. Palms right in front of the foam roller. And we're going to do chin to chest and let that roller go down the front of our legs. Let the foam roller roll out a bit. Fingertips onto the foam roller. Breathing into it. And now you're just going to roll that back. Rolling the foam roller up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time, and coming to standing. Our first set, we'll do 4 of these. Inhale, exhale, roll on down. Rolling on out. And then roll back. And roll on up. 1 vertebra at a time. Push into the mat with the feet. Inhale, exhale, roll on down. And we're going to roll out. Arms nice and long, roll the shoulders out. You can bend the knees a little bit, find that stretch. And then roll the foam roller back. Come on up, pressing into the mat, standing up nice and tall. Beautiful. Our last one, inhale, exhale, chin to chest, roll on down. Nice little tight roll down. Roll out onto that foam roller with the hands. Lift up those kneecaps. Press the hands, like have those arms nice and long and those palms kind of pressing into the foam roller. Beautiful. We're going to stay down here. We're going to lift our head and just come down with your knees onto the mat. We're going to do some nice little side stretching, forward stretching. So you're sitting up nice and tall. You're on your heels. Your fingertips are on top, and you're just going to chin to chest and roll out, forward, and then exhale and come back. We'll do 4. Inhale, exhale, rolling out. And exhale, rolling back. Take a little breath in there before. Inhale, exhale, roll out. 3. And come on back. Inhale, exhale, roll out. 4. And come on back. Notice if you're working your abdominals in here, take the foam roller and put it at an angle to the right. And you're going to, again, you'll be sitting up tall, but you're turning slightly to the right. Inhale, exhale, roll out. 1. Pause, let that left arm get nice and long. And then roll on back. Inhale, exhale, roll out. 2. And roll on back. Use your abdominals, obliques. Inhale, roll out. 3. Last one on this right side. Inhale, exhale, roll out. 4. And come on back. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the foam roller and angle it to the left side, working this right side of the line of your body. So inhale, exhale, roll out. And come on back. Inhale, exhale, roll out. 2. Exhaling. 3. Last one. 4. And come on back. That felt really good. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we'll put the foam roller onto the mat, and then we're going to lay our spine on it. So your tailbone is at one end and your head will be supported at the other end. So you want to make sure that your tailbone is all the way towards the bottom part of the foam roller, And then just adjust yourself on the foam roller so that your whole spinal cord and head is supported. It just feels good to lay here. Let the shoulders open up, let the hips open up, like everything kind of fall on either side of that foam roller. The spinal cord is supported. So it should feel really good. And then you want to rock a little side to side. Let that foam roller kind of massage either side of that vertebrae, the fascia, loosening up the traps up there in between the scapula. I can feel that. I also can feel it down at my tush, back and forth. And my head, I'm letting my head kind of press into the foam roller, allowing that to release. Coming back to center, I'm just going to reach my arms up, palms face each other, and reach up a little bit higher, and then drop those shoulders, squeeze the foam roller. Reach up 2, and drop down, squeeze the foam roller. Reach up 3, and drop down. And 4. And drop down, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Beautiful. All right, open up the arms to cactus arms, elbows bent, palms face up, and you're going to just bring them together right in front of you. Elbows and palms touch. Open up 2 and reach to touch. You should be feeling some of this in the back by the scapula. This movement is releasing the fascia and the tension and the tightness. Last one. And then open up. Beautiful. Hands come down on either side, little spider fingers, and then again, rock yourself back and forth, massaging the spine. Beautiful. We're going to do a little bit of toe tapping in here. First, we'll do some marching. So I'm going to bring the hands, the arms up to the center again. And you're going to take the right arm, extend it by the ear, left arm by the left hip, and really reach the arms apart. And then you're going to switch. Left arm by the ear, right arm by the hip, reach the fingertips away, and switch again. We'll do about 4 of these. And right arm comes up by the ear. This is 3. Left arm comes by the ear. 3. And now 4. And 4. Let's do 6. Here's 5. And 5. Just finding a nice little cadence. And here's 6. And 6. Beautiful. And now arms come down alongside of you. I'm going to take my left hand or right hand underneath the head and draw the head on the outside of the foam roller. So the head is off the foam roller. Left arm reaches towards the left heel. You can turn the head to the left a little bit and then roll the head to the right. You can keep your hands supporting the head while you roll the head a little bit, if that feels good. Do a couple more swaths where you just like let that head roll. On that foam roller, the side of it, I'm feeling my left side of my neck opening up. Now I'm going to lift my head back to the foam roller, to the center, and just kind of feel what's going on there. Take the left hand underneath the head, draw the head to the outside of the foam roller, looking up. Right arm tries to draw towards that right hip. And now look towards the right a little bit more, and then look towards the left, rotating that head. Maybe it feels a little different than the left side. I don't know. I'm super tight on both sides, so this feels really good to me. Just one more swath. And then lift the head, bring it back to center. Beautiful. Now we're going to take one leg up to tabletop, other leg up to tabletop. Finding your balance on your little foam roller. And you're going to think about the abdominals kind of pressing towards the lower back there for stability, working these abdominals. Right toe comes down to the mat and then draws back up. Left toe comes down to the mat and draws back up. Stay in that 90-degree angle, right side, and come back up. Left side and come back up. We're doing 8. Right side and draw back up. Left side and draw back up. And here's 4 on the right and 4 on the left. Nice and slow, no jerking. 5 and 5. Try to stay steady on the foam roller, no wiggling. And here's 6 on the left side. 2 more. Here's 7. I'm going nice and slow so I can really feel that in my abdominals. And now 8 on the right, 8 on the left. Beautiful. Now I'm going to draw those knees in a little bit and then straighten the legs to the ceiling. Point the toes, flex the feet, point the toes, flex the feet, point those toes. Beautiful. Turning the toes out, heels are connected. I want you to think about drawing the legs down a little bit and then make a nice little diamond shape or frog, if you will. So open the knees, bend them, and you're going to draw them in and then push them out. Draw the knees in and then push out 2. Draw in 3 and push out. And 4 and push out. Frog legs nice and long and then push out. And here's 6. Draw in and push out 7. Last one. And 8. And now draw the legs up, straight up if you can. Point those toes and then bend the knees. And let's put one leg down and then the other leg down and roll it out. Back and forth foam roller. Beautiful. And now we're just going to roll off of our foam roller and lay on your mat, on your back, and just feel the nice results of that workout there on the foam roller. Legs extend nice and long. Arms can be alongside of you, palms face up, and just feel how much centered and grounded your spine is on your mat. Beautiful. All right. And now we're just going to reach our arms above our head. Bring your legs together down at the bottom there. We're going to do a nice little roll up. So it's an inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, roll on up. Sit up nice and tall. Arms up to the ceiling and then forward fold. Sitting up nice and tall, bend those knees behind you. I want to do a little more yoga poses. So let's come to all fours, roll back into you. I'm going to open my knees wide, sit back into a child's pose. And then come on up. into our quadruped, curl those toes under. Let's come up into downward dog. Lifting the right leg off the mat, toes point down to the floor. Three-legged dog, pause here. Draw that right knee in, step forward in between the hands with the right foot. Nice long lunge here. You can have yoga blocks, use your hands, press that right foot into the mat. Turn the right foot, left foot, turn the left foot, and come on up to warrior one. Arms come up. You can bend that right knee. Left foot is turned. Press into the mat with both feet. Strong on your warrior. You can come into cactus if you want to. Really pressing into the feet, bending that right knee a little more. And now let's go into warrior two. Turn out, arms come out to the sides. That left foot is turned all the way, right knee is bent. Come down with that right hand on top of the knee, left arm goes over. Beautiful side bend, single side bend. Breathing into it. Stay here, or you can reach underneath and bind the pose. I'm going to stay here. And then we'll come up out of that pose, back to warrior two. And now let's go into triangle. So we're going to reach with that right arm nice and long. Right hand comes down to the right shin. Left arm comes up. Just a little bit of a flow series this morning. Just to kind of flow into all these different positions. Landing at triangle. Breathing into it. Pinwheel that left hand back down to the mat. Right hand comes to the mat. Back into your low lunge. Kick that right leg back to the left leg, downward dog. Let's see if I can remember all those poses on the left side. Let's do one chaturanga right we're here. So we inhale, exhale down to the push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting that left leg off the mat, toes point down. Three-legged dog. All 3 points, even weight distributed. Bend that left knee, step forward in between the hands to a low lunge on the left side. Pressing into the mat. Draw yourself up into warrior one. Arms nice and long to the ceiling, or they can be in cactus, whatever feels good to you. Turn that right foot out, come to warrior two. Goddess pose, I like to call it also, warrior two. Hanging out here. Take that left elbow, place it on the left knee, draw the right arm over. Reach into that, breathe into it, sit the torso, sit the buttocks down a little bit more. Push into that right foot, push into the left foot. Beautiful. Come on back up. And now we're going to do our triangle on the left side. Straighten that left knee and then reach with that left arm until it can't anymore. Place the hand on the shin, right arm up to the ceiling. Nice little triangle. Breathe into that. Breathe in. Beautiful. And then come on back up. You're in your warrior two. We're going to pinwheel that left hand down. Right hand comes down. And now just draw that left leg back to the right leg into your downward dog. Take your time to do a chaturanga here. You can go into a child's pose. You can do a second chaturanga. Back to your downward dog. Your pace. Beautiful. Let's walk the hands and the feet together in the center, and then turn so that you're in the center of your mat and you're facing forward. And we're just going to do separate leg stretch. So I want you to open up the legs as wide as they can go. Turn the heels out slightly, the toes turn in. The palms are going to be in the front of your mat, and you're just going to kind of hinge back a little bit with your hips. Hinging back with the hips. Drop the head down, look in between the knees, and then you can stretch those arms out if you would like. Hinge the hips back, use the fingertips as a guide to kind of hold you, but you're trying to push the hips back. You should feel that in the hamstrings, back of the knee, the ankles. I feel it in my shoulders also, my armpits. Separate leg stretch. And draw those arms back to the mat. And you're going to take the right one in the center of your torso here, and then reach. It's a gentle twist. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. So your arms are like a airplane prop, propeller. Push the heels apart. Push the heels apart. And now draw that left arm back down to the mat, center yourself, put the left palm in the center, and now reach that right arm up. Shift the hips back. Reaching, breathing, twisting. Push the heels apart. And now bring that right hand back down to the mat. Woo, drop the head down. Beautiful. And now heels come in, toes come in, heels come in. And now let's sit down into Bakasana. We haven't done this in a while. You're sitting down into the hips. Maybe you have to use a block. And your elbows try to be on the insides of the knees. It's hard to get the heels down. If you can, try. If not, that's okay. Hands in prayer, you're going to look to the right. Sit up nice and tall, trying to get that spine tall. Come back to center with the head, and then let's look to the left. Pressing those knees apart with the elbows. And then back to center. Beautiful. Hands come down to the mat. Drop the head and just forward fold. Straighten those legs. Bring the legs together. Beautiful. All right. That concludes right now a portion of our yoga class. And we're going to come down to the mat and start doing some wonderful little Pilates exercises. So I'm going to start with being on the right side. And you're going to have your forearm on the mat. And we will have our, let me see, I have a little video that I look at, and the bottom leg will be long, and it's kind of a bit of an angle, and the bottom leg, that's the right leg. Left leg is bent, and your left arm will be up to the ceiling. All we're going to do is lift the hips up 1 and bring it down. 2 and bring it down. 3, we'll do 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And let's switch to our left side. That wasn't too bad. And here we go. Left forearm down, left leg down, right leg here, right arm up. Lift the hips up 1 and down. 2 and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. All right. That's our first exercise. And the next one is a little bit of a bear pose and a little bit of tapping. So it's going to be where we're in a quadruped, okay? And toes are curled. Lift the knees off, open the right foot to the right, bring it back. Left foot to the left, bring it back, and then to a downward dog. Back to the bear pose. All right, ready? Here we go. Out to the right, to the left, and downward dog. That's 1. To the right, to the left, and downward dog. And to the right, to the left, and downward dog. And here's 4. To the right, to the left, and downward dog. 5. To the right, to the left, downward dog. And 6, 6, downward dog. Here we go. 7, and 7, and downward dog. And then knees come close. 8, and 8, and downward dog. Beautiful. That was kind of fun. All right. Next exercise. These are just basic little Pilates roll down and roll up. We're not rolling all the way down. We're just rolling halfway down. Okay. So you're sitting here and you roll down. You do a little twist and bend that right elbow, and then twist to the left and bend the elbow, and then come on back up. Okay, that's it. Roll down, twist right and left, and come on up. That's 1. Here's 2, right and left and up. Beautiful. 3, right and left and up. Here we go. 4, right and left and up. Here's 5, right and left and up. Here we go. 6, right and left and up. 2 more. Roll back, twist to the right and to the left and back up. Here's 8 to the right and to the left and back up. Woo! That was some good stuff. I like that. All right. Next one is double toe tap. Leaning back onto your forearms, bring your knees up to tabletop, and you just tap down 1 and up, 2 and up. Okay? 1 and up, 2 and up. We're doing 8, 3 and up, 4 and up, 5 and up. Nice and slow. 6 and up, 7 and up, 8 and up. Beautiful. Extend those legs out, arms up, forward stretch, breathing into it. All right, we're going to do some bridge work. which is going to be super fun, a little different than what we've always done, adding some balance in here. So when you're bridging, so we're going to have our left arm come up. We'll lift our hips off the mat. All right, just I'm demoing. And when you lift the arm, left arm, you raise the right heel and you come back with the heel and the arm. Lift the right and raise the left heel and come on. All right, that's the exercise. Oops, we've got a little construction going on out front. I hope you can still hear me. Woo. All right, here we go. Bear with me. Inhale, exhale, bridge up. So the left arm and right heel and come on back. Right arm, left heel, come on back. That's one. Here's two and two. Three and three. Four and four. Five and five. Six and six. Seven and seven. I'm really squeezing my glutes to stay up here. Eight and eight. And now your hips come down. Draw the knees into the chest and rock side to side. Stretch it out. Separate leg kicking, scissors is what we call this next exercise. So I've got my right leg to the ceiling, left leg is nice and long. When we're ready to do the exercise, you're going to inhale, exhale, curl up, lift that opposite leg off the mat about 12 inches, and you're going to pulse and then switch, pulse and then switch, pulse. We'll do that 8 times, okay? Extend the right leg up, left leg comes up, inhale, exhale, pulse 1, 2, and switch, and switch, and switch. And here's 3, and 3, and 4, and 4. Legs nice and long, point the toes. 5, here's 6, and 6, 7, and 7. Come from the belly, 8, and 8. Beautiful. And then roll on down, bend the knees, rock side to side. That's some nice little scissor kicks. I like it. All right. Here is the next exercise, which is like donkey kicks, which I haven't done in a long time. But this is kind of Pilates mat 1, where you do these donkey kicks. There are also a lot of like workout exercise people back in the day used to do these a lot. So I'm kind of glad to see them. So what happens is you've got your toes curled under. Okay. You come up to the bear pose. You're going to lift the right knee off and kick up and bring it down and kick up. You're off the mat. All right. So here's 1 and down, 2 and down, 3 down, 4 down, 5, little pulse, 6, 7, 8. Switch legs. Can we stay up? Left leg up and bring it down. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bring the knees down to the mat. Stretch back into your child's pose. Good job. All right. Grab a little bit of water. Next thing we're going to do is some side body work. So I'm going to start on my left side of my body. I will have my left hand underneath my head. My right arm will be alongside of my body, and the legs are stacked on top of each other. The hips are stacked on top of each other. So you're going to lift both legs off the mat, and then the top leg raises up and comes back down, but that bottom leg is off the mat. Okay? So here we go. Lift both legs, lift right leg up and bring it down. 2, and bring it down. 3, and bring it down. 4, and bring it down. If you want to point the toe and then flex when you come down. 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. Both legs come down. Switch to the right side. This is a good little Pilates series. I like it. Prop free. You can do this anywhere. You're on vacation. You just pull up my video and zoom to this last part of class, and you can do this 10 minutes. So I've got my left arm on top of this left leg, my right arm underneath. Both legs come off the mat. Then I lift the top leg and come back down. 2, and back down. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. So if you're new, the side body stuff can be challenging. So you can put that hand down in front of you to stop yourself from wobbling. But if you continue to do Pilates with me, our whole side body, our obliques, our front and back get more stable and tighter and stable, and so that we're not wobbling, and that's how we stay strong and age gracefully as we continue. Couple more exercises. Another really fun exercise, which is balancing. We're going to be in a quadruped. All right. So in the quadruped, you're going to lift that right leg behind you, and left arm comes out, and then you bring it down and you lift it back out. You bring it down and lift it out. All right. Does that make sense? You want to try to stay centered. So the points, right hand is on the mat, left knee is on the mat. Here we go. Draw the right hand or left hand out, and then lift the leg and the arm and bring it back. Lift up 2 and bring it back. 3, 4, spine nice and long. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch sides. Here we go. Left arm extends. Here we go. Left leg, right arm, and bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I really like that exercise a lot. It threw me off balance quite a bit. So I had to really try hard to pull and stay in the center. One more exercise is a forearm plank, and then you lift your hips up. It's kind of a dolphin in yoga, if you will, but in Pilates, we are going to do 8 of these. So you've got your hands, you can either have them clasped together in this triangle, or you can have the palms on your mat, whatever feels good to you. Maybe the hands are in a prayer. So you're going to extend the legs out. The feet will be a little bit wide. Go into your plank and then push back. hips up. Go into the plank and push back 2. In the plank 3 and push back. And plank 4 and push back. Plank 5 and push back. And 6 and push back. 7 and push back. And here's 8 and push back. And now knees come down to the mat. Sit back into your child's pose. Turn the palms up to the ceiling. Arms are extended long. You're in your child's pose. Now bend those elbows. Put those fingertips on your back. Give yourself a little bit of a fingertip massage. And then release. Walk the hands back towards the knees. Stack yourself up. Come to sitting on the mat in your lotus pose, and maybe switch, have right foot in, left foot in front, depending on where you started. Just maybe you don't remember, but that's okay. That concludes our portion of our Pilates. We're just going to close with an Om. We haven't done an Om in a long, long time, and it just came to me to do it. But it's where you are able to exercise your vocal cords and let them vibrate in your throat. It's super fun to do. So you can have your hands in prayer, have your hands at the knees. If you want to close your eyes, we take a nice breath in. Oh. Let's do one more. Breath in. Bow your heads in gratitude for our practice this morning. Grateful to be here and be in class. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.